Alrighty guys, we're back for Golems, and this is a Dragonstorm Standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. But first things first, this was a suggestion over in the Discord, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's gonna be a fun one, and also, we built this together on the Twitch channel. Cool. Now, Nexus of Becoming is the main build around. It's a 6-mana artifact. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, draw a card. Then, you may exile an artifact or creature card from your hand. If you do, create a token that's a copy of the exiled card, except it's a 3/3 Golem artifact creature in addition to its other types. Alright, so ramping into Nexus of Becoming is what the deck list is trying to do. But we do have other golems packed in as well outside of what we generate with the Nexus. We have Solemn Simulacrum, for example, 4 mana 2/2. When this creature enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. When this creature dies, you draw a card. Actually, pretty darn good, and I'm surprised we don't see more Solemn Simulacrum. Roaming Throne can call Golem, of course, and then triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers. It triggers an additional time. We've seen Roaming Throne enough for me to actually not go over it, but I guess reading the bottom ability isn't going to hurt anything. Now, helping us ramp into artifacts, the Power Stone on Thran Spider ought to be pretty good. Helping us ramp in general, Patchwork Banner calling Golem more often than not. How about a couple Irencrag as well? Also a couple Candy Trails here at the front of the build. Removal's kind of important sometimes. We got Virtue of Persistence in here, all 4 of them. The adventure side really coming in handy, and the extra life gain really coming in handy as well, of course. Also here in the top end, finally visiting Ugin, Eye of the Storms. 7 mana, 7 loyalty, legendary planeswalker. Whenever you cast a spell, exile up to 1 target permanent, that's 1 or more colors. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to 1 target permanent, that's 1 or more colors. It has a +2. You gain 3 life and draw a card. It has a 0 ability, just add 3 colorless, and it has a -11 ability. Search your library for any number of colorless, non-land cards, exile them, then shuffle until end of turn. You may cast those cards without paying their mana cost, which is kind of disgusting, huh? Also here at the top end, we have a Portal to Phyrexia. We also have a Massacre Wurm and all 4 Rottenmouth Vipers. And also, guys, we have a Maha. It's Feathers Knight. It's a 5 mana 6/5 flying trample with ward, discard a card, and creatures your opponents control have base toughness 1. So if we have the Maha on the board, that's pretty decent when it comes time to like Virtue of Persistence, one of their cards, right? But it's also pretty decent with Massacre Wurm as well, giving -2/2 to all of the opponent's creatures. That's pretty neat, huh? Now, also, guys, there's going to be moments on Roaming Throne where maybe you end up calling Elemental because the Rottenmouth Viper is an Elemental Snake and Maha is an Elemental Bird as well. What Roaming Throne does for the Maha is actually double the ward cost, so that's really neat. The mana base, guys, we have 10 swamps, we have 4 Arid Archways, we have 4 Conduit Pylons. There's the desert that we would not mind bouncing back with the Archway, right? Have a couple Fountainports, a couple Hidden Grottos. The Surveillance should really come in handy. We're also trying out a 3-tree city in here as well, potentially calling golems as well, and maybe actually giving us some ramp if we are going wide enough with golems from the Nexus of Becoming. We'll see, though. Honorable mentions, guys. Lotus Ring would have been pretty cool in here. Hedron Archive could have been neat. Scampering Surveyor was in the original suggested deck list. We just opted for more of I guess everything else in here, honestly. And then Mightstone Weakstone could have been pretty good as well, but it doesn't help us ramp into things like Ugin, but it does help us ramp into our artifacts, which is kind of important. I mean, we have a ton of artifacts. We have 25 artifacts packed in. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? If it performs as well as it performed on Twitch, then I'm expecting a little bit, man. It should be either way. no matter how it performs, it should be really fun and really different too. So, ooh, we go first. Yeah, yeah. I guess this is like a pretty slow hand. We have early removal, early ramp, kind of. So we should be okay. I'm gonna hold off on the 3-tree city for now until we see more off the top, and just keep going swamps. The Virtue will come in handy here. It being sorcery speed, though, doesn't help us against a slick shot show off right away. Okay, Patchwork Banner ramp is pretty good, but yep, we're gonna go ahead and call Golem. That's what the deck list is trying to do. Even though we have a snake elemental in hand, we still want to start setting up for golems. Now, if Virtue was instant speed, we would have just kept it open for sure. But oh, teach by example. They're gonna double like a monstrous rage or something. Oh, they're gonna double an opt. Okay, well that is that's still pretty scary because they're swinging for 5 for the turn. And restocking their hand for next turn. So if they play like a 4th mana next turn, and they just dump their hand onto the board, then we're in danger for real. Oh, Roaming Throne's really good, but unfortunately we just have to do Virtue of Persistence, like for sure. The adventure on it, of course, the Scorn. Yeah, we might actually have to call Elemental on the throne. But I think we'd still call Golem on the 3-tree. I'm still going to hold off on the 3-tree. I mean, we do have Rottenmouth Viper for the turn. It's super awkward, but we just have to pop the Slick Shot show off, right? Pretty much no matter what. Like, I'd love to get Roaming thrown down, but it's just, I don't think it's happening, you know? And we don't even have Fountainport middle ability open. Okay, more setup from the opponent is great news, man. They're just going for stock up. More setup from them means more setup for us. Okay, let's get the Surveil. And that's 6 mana for a Rottenmouth. We don't need more mana, so we can send that. Well, if we let them pop the Rottenmouth, though, or bounce it, the Throne might be a better option because of the Ward 2. We could call the Elemental then. No, let's just establish... No. Yeah, let's go for the Greed. That's what we did when we played it on Twitch. We went Ultra Greed. Oh, Elemental. Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's still a Golem Elemental, so it does get the boost from the banner. We're not going to have a great block here, though. It might have been a better block with Rottenmouth, but probably not. It's really, really hard to block these builds regardless because of Monstrous Rage, so... Yeah, we'll just take the damage. But if we really think we're going to die, then I guess we could emergency block, but... Quarry Steel Cutter. They must have just found that, right? In other words, it would have been the other way around. Oh, they must have missed Monstrous Rage too. Wow. Passes on back. Virtue. They could just be keeping Protection open as well. We also have, I guess I'll call Golem. I guess. It doesn't... It's a little awkward where we have 2 different card types right now. We also have Ugin, guys. And Ugin's disgusting. I'd love to get Viper down, but we might as well wait and get rid of their Quarry Steel Cutter. Yeah, yeah, we didn't do the fun thing. We just survived long enough for Ugin. Oh, man. Well, the opponent was taking so many turns of setup that we got a little lucky, right? For sure. Like, it didn't have to be that many turns of setup and a late Quarry Steel Cutter, too. So I think that if they would have went faster, we would have been seriously sweating. And at some point, we would have been down to, like, two or 1 life or whatever, and then all it would have taken was a Burst Lightning if they just went a little bit faster. We probably would have been forced into a block too at some point. We probably would have lost the throne. So it would have been Ugin anyways, maybe. Really depends. Really does. Okay, opponent goes first. We keep this, I guess. Yeah, a little bit of an awkward first game where we had the decision between golems and elementals and whatnot. All right, let's get the surveil on the pylon. Roaming throne. That's a lot of top. I'm gonna keep it because of the Virtue of Persistence, giving us some life and whatnot too. All right, well, Seer Slicer is much better to pick up than the Astronaut for sure. Go up to 21. If it's gonna be goblins, I mean, they can go really fast. So we'll see what we can pull off with these Virtue of Persistence for the first couple turns, but oh, another Seer Slicer Goblin's really bad. Really, really bad. Oh, Massacre Wurm. Now that's a top end we want to see, huh? Oh my goodness. All right, let's hope they don't boost these goblins. We desperately need to get Solemn Simulacrum down, but Roaming Throne's a little bit of a better blocker. They do boost the goblins wide. They got 8 on the board. They're going to also boost the Bastronaut and finish their speed for the turn, where Bastronaut will now have double strike. So Menace on the Bastronaut too means we're not going to be able to block. Candy Trail would have been much better last turn. Now we will call Golem here. We're still pretty far from the Massacre. Yeah, 2 more turns. I guess we want to opt on ramp. And then when we block with the Simulacrum, hopefully we find a swamp in the top 2 cards. Also, hopefully we don't just die here, because we could easily die. Oh no, we're gonna die. Yeah. Yeah, we died. Crap. Dude, good game opponent. The Massacre Wurm really, really would have done the thing. But we went a little bit too slow, and the goblins went a little bit too fast, for sure. If they missed the Horde Master, would they have had it? Would have been 4... Would have been 4 less damage. Wait, I think they still had it. Because we still couldn't... Hold on. View the battlefield. 2, 2, 2. That's 6. And then, yeah, since they had the boost on the Bastronaut and this had Menace, we couldn't block it. Yeah. Yeah, I think they would have had it without the Horde Master. And then also, if they missed Horde Master, they could have found something else too, so. All right, you know, a little bit of awkward first couple games. But I have a lot of faith in the deck list, guys. A lot of faith, actually, so. See if it can line up a little better here. Also, any early game ramp there would have been excellent. Wow. Wow, triple archways. All we needed was a swamp or something, and this would have been keepable, right? Yeah, no matter what, you return a land, so you'd immediately bounce the archway, and it doesn't say like another land either, so we do have to mulligan, and that's a lot of top too, so very top heavy. With the opponent going first, dude, I'm terrified. Yeah, we'll keep it, and we'll send the Aetherspark, I guess. That could be really good attached to Thran Spider, but we have to be very careful. And I don't want to send the Rottenmouth Viper either. I don't want to send any mana either, because we need the third no matter what. Oh dear, guys, Heartfire Hero. Oh dear. Okay, Virtue. Oh, thank goodness, bro. Hopefully that'll still hit it though. Hopefully they don't find a way to double boost it this turn. Double boost its toughness. Okay, good. Good. Challenger is equally as good to hit with Virtue, but we should definitely just hit the Heartfire Hero. All right. All right, opponent. Don't do 19 damage this turn, sir. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. We have Nexus of Becoming in hand, so... Oh! It wasn't anything else for the turn, guys. That's great news. Okay, we'll call Golem. We will, because at least we have Nexus of Becoming in hand. Scavenger's a great target, but we should definitely just pick up the Challenger. And it's too bad. What I'm seeing right now with Patchwork Banner, and literally there's just 2 of these in here, right? But what I'm seeing is if we had some cut down too, then there could be a lot of moments where we actually get to ramp, but we also get to effectively have the cut down on the same turn as the ramp. So that's definitely noteworthy, but it'd be more noteworthy if we had all 4 Patchwork Banners. Okay. We do find our 4th, which is great news, and it's a Surveil land as well. Oh, we have Patchwork Banner and Thran Spider this turn. We'll have Nexus of Becoming. I'm keeping Maha. Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. Wait, why did I think we had Patchwork Banner and Thran Spider this turn? I don't know, man. I don't know. What am I thinking? We don't, but we still play Patchwork Banner. Now we have 5 for the Maha, but for some reason, I thought Nexus of Becoming was coming down next turn. I mean, the Power Stone enters tapped too. Oh, just a complete miscalculation, I suppose. Ow. My face. We're still at 13 though, which is great news, guys. All right, let's get the Maha down. We don't need the, well, Thran Spider, ramp, Nexus of Becoming. Man, it's just like, it's really awkward, isn't it? We're just like, we're not lining our mana base well here. Or we're not utilizing the mana appropriately. But there's no guarantee we see mana off the top. There could have been a better chance had I actually surveilled the Maha into the grave. Maybe we found the mana this turn. I'd rather just get the 6th down now and then have Nexus of Becoming. I hope that hits the Thran Spider and not the Patchwork Banner. Okay. Woo! Well, that's still terrible news for us, isn't it? But but still, now we still have 6 mana, even if we miss mana off the top. Oh, dude, we're in danger. Ugin. Nexus. We could see a Massacre Wurm. Oh, Portal. Portal. Thank goodness, bro. Thank goodness, man. Holy cow. Thran Spider. Give me some ramp, Thran Spider. We have to remember we're far from Ugin. Power Stones do not ramp us into Ugin. Oh. Crap. Screaming Nemesis. Oh, crap, dude. Oh, we might just die this turn. This might be it. Get the good game ready. Oh, we're at 1. Still got 2 cards. Guys, send help. Okay, Portal, what are we taking? There's like, I guess Emberheart Challenger? I guess the Heartfire hero is pretty decent too. That could maybe trump the Nemesis. Massacre Wurm. Hello. Wow. Now we're drawing, guys. Now we're talking. Let's get the Maha down. Yes. All right. Massacre Wurm. Oh, the other Nexus of Becoming is really good too, but we're at 1 and they have a Screaming Nemesis. So like no matter what, we have to deal with Screaming Nemesis. And this is a way of dealing with it without them, without it taking damage. Okay. I guess we full swing. Because every turn that they survive, I mean, if they find another Screaming Nemesis or something, yeah. Yeah, we full swing. All right. Let's see if we can pull this back, guys. It's like I said, I have a lot of confidence in the build, but boy, it's been doing a lot of awkward things. Hey, good game, opponent. There we go, guys. We drew really well. We got our one-ofs when we really needed our one-ofs, too. We were, what, 45 cards, and we only saw the top 15, and we saw what we needed. So, I'd count it as luck, man. But that was good. Holy cow. Sir Ginger, hi. That's a fun one. I've had all 4 Sir Gingers for quite some time, though, so. All right. So, awkward games, awkward draws, awkward mana base. That is not what it was doing on Twitch by any means. So let's see if we could actually do something here. Look, I'm going to keep this. Call me crazy, but surveil, surveil, surveil. Ramp with Banner, ramp with Simulacrum. Yeah, who needs the early removal, right? Let's do this. Crap. I need the early removal. Alright, no, we'll send it. It's fine. Everything's fine. Queens. Okay. Alright. Surveil. Candy Trail. There were some awkward, like, you know those awkward turns where we weren't able to tap all our mana? We'd have like one open and stuff. Candy Trail would have been pretty decent in hand for real. I'm going to keep it because Patchwork Banner on 3, Candy Trail. Comes down same turn, get a Scry 2, find what we need. Momentum Breaker. I'm going to discard the Ugin. Furthest from the Ugin, but Ugin's so good. Portal might not even be necessary here. Throne might not even be necessary, but I'm going to keep the Throne too. I'm going to keep the Ugin. Let's ditch the Portal. Alright. Surveil. Candy Trail. I will send it. So we can dig a little deeper on this Candy Trail with the Scry 2. We're going to call it Golem. Candy Trail. Ooh. We don't need the Thran Spider, I guess. I'm going to keep the other Roaming Throne, guys. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it. 3 turns of 4 drops in a row. And, well, of course, we're starting with Simulacrum next turn. But also establishing Roaming Throne. Like, Momentum Breaker style builds get around the ward anyways, and they're going to bounce it this turn with the Pixie. So we might as well go Simulacrum, just ramp once. It would be nice to ramp twice, but it's not happening. Oh, they're going for the discard. Well. Alright. Getting around the Roaming Throne anyways. Tough decisions, man. I guess Ugin, because now we are far from it, but we're going to ramp into it soon anyways. No, I'll get rid of Roaming Throne. Okay, I talked myself into trying to get to Ugin. So if they do that again, if they have another Pixie, we're in danger. We'll have to sacrifice the Throne. It'd be nice to establish Throne double ramp on the Simulacrum. We'll try it. Ultra Greed, right? Now, yeah, second Momentum Breaker. They don't need a second Pixie. It could just be a second Momentum Breaker, too. It'd be nice for the ward to actually keep the Throne on the board, but I would say it's unlikely versus what we're up against. Oh, Throne is on the board, guys, and we find some mana off the top. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Yeah, with Throne on the board, Momentum Breaker doesn't have Flash, so this is good. This is really good. 7 mana. We have Ugin ready. I'm swinging too. Down to 15. Kind of on the edge of my seat, because if we can establish Ugin, then that's just going to be crazy. Temporary Lockdown takes the Candy Trail. Oh, with 2 mana open still, though, they're oh no, guys, yeah, they're going to bounce the Temporary Lockdown. I couldn't even get my words out because, oh, but Momentum Breaker is just going to hit the Simulacrum. So we're not losing. Okay, we don't need this. Aetherspark is okay. In this matchup, I would say. I guess we keep it, right? But it's still going to just be Ugin next turn. So anyways, we're going to have to sacrifice the Solemn Simulacrum. Oh, I should have kept the mana on top then, right? Because then I would have had mana, and then we could have went middle ability. Well, we could still find more mana here, huh? Yeah, we could have went middle ability on Ugin. Well, we didn't find the mana, but that's okay. So, temporary lockdown, momentum breaker, that's their goal. Ugin should still be a big old pain in the butt. Getting rid of a Pixie would be pretty good too with the Virtue establishing like, yeah, good game of fun. Wow, a lot of people concede to Ugin, I guess. It was still a hard decision for me, man, because it wouldn't have been terrible to go Aetherspark, attach it to the Roaming Throne. I guess they had an easy chump block, though. Well, wait a minute. It's just, equipped creature deals combat damage. It doesn't have to be to a player. So even so, a chump block, extra counter, gets 6 counters. That extra card draws wild. So guys, when I surveilled this one swamp, I think the Ugin, we would have went 0 ability, played the swamp, played the Aetherspark, attach it to the throne. Now, Momentum Breaker was going to pop the throne next turn anyways, but then Aetherspark would have had, what, 11 counters on it after the swing, which is crazy, bro. So 110% should have kept the swamp. My brain was thinking I'm only going to draw 1 card, so. But since we were sacrificing Simulacrum, we were drawing multiple cards. That's all very important. A lot of things going on in this deck list for sure. All right, let's keep the ball rolling, huh? We're in the middle-ish, end-ish of the video. So while I have you here, make sure you check out the description where you do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too, if you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. And then also, guys, the YouTube side of things. If you like the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. And if you enjoy the channel, then consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. So thank you guys. All right. I think we can keep the ball rolling and keep it rolling into games that are less awkward than the beginning. For real, dude. And everyone really enjoyed this one over on Twitch as well. So Aetherspark, do I want you? We don't know what we're up against. I'm just going to keep it. It's pretty good, actually. It's another one where I'm surprised we don't see a little bit more of. And, like, there's probably other builds that it should be included in, but it's just not, you know? All right, we don't have the ward for the Admirer anyway, so it's a great turn just to go Arid Archway. If we had, like, Candy Trail, we'd tap Conduit right now, play the Candy Trail, then Archway, but we don't. What I'm getting at, apparently, is I really like Candy Trail. Ugin. Are we going to get to you in time? Against Selesnya enchantments, potentially? I'm going to keep it. It's risky, but, I mean, Solemn Simulacrum ramp and Archway on the board. 2, 3... So Surveil, right? Then we have 4 next turn. More ward. That's really bad news. Both of these have ward too. We're just not getting around them for the virtue. So Nexus of Becoming. Crap, bro. Okay, I guess we'll keep... Oh, no. Oh, no, guys. All right. This is too much top end, and I'm keeping all of it. Number 1, I probably should have sent the Aetherspark. Calyx, yep, okay. Great news, Calyx does not have ward. We'll be able to pop that, but we want to ramp with the Simulacrum, but now we're not able to because Calyx is too big of a target on the board. It's fine. We're in danger either way. let's play this. Yeah, I definitely should have ditched some of this top end for sure. But, right? It's hard to tell sometimes. We should have sent the Aetherspark, should have sent the Ugin probably. What we're really searching for is the Nexus when it comes time. Instead of card draw and Simulacrum, they're exiling it. So we're in a lot of danger now, guys. And also, Ward 2 now on the Calyx. So, I mean, the best play would have been Virtue last turn, but sometimes risking it is fun. Because now if we see mana... Oh, we're dead. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, yes, we are. We're dead, because First Strike on Calyx generates enchantment, then extra counter, and then 7 damage comes through. That's brutal, man. Also, they don't need the extra counter. They just create a ethereal armor. Anyways, first of all, it didn't have to be ethereal armor, right? Maybe we could have survived. And then if we found mana off the top, it would have been Nexus. And then Nexus could have led into a free Massacre Wurm, or... No, that would have been the best. That would have been pretty darn good, actually. Dude, Selesnya enchantment still totally rocking the thing, right? I mean, holy cow. The extra ward on their first 2 creatures, too. Locking our first 3 turns out of removal because of their ward. I mean, that was essential for their setup, for sure, because then when it came time for us to do our turn 4 ramp, it just didn't feel that great because we haven't removed anything yet. So popping the Calyx, of course, maybe could have kept us in a little longer. Sometimes it just doesn't matter, and you just got to risk it anyways. It really depends on the game. Guys, I have a lot of confidence in the deck list. I think we can easily end on a high note. Hopefully I can play it well enough for you guys too. The opponent going first is a little concerning, to say the least. We're going to keep this, though. All right. Maybe some control. Hopefully not omniscience. I'd rather go up against control. How about you guys? Yeah, I think so. Oh, Jeskai. Jeskai control's scary, though. Well, no target for the Virtue. Counterspell on Patchwork Banner would make me cry a little bit. What? Counterspell on Thran Spider. A good draw. Yeah, let's see if Thran Spider lands. Oh, doesn't even stick. Doesn't stick in the slightest. Oh, man. So 4th mana from the opponent. 3-tree city. Let's go with... I mean, still no target for the Virtue. I mean, Banner of Kinship is just not doing the thing this game by any means, right? 1, 2, 3. We could go, like... Is it still going to try to auto-tap Fountainport? It is. Okay. So we have Fountainport pop Power Stone for draw if we want to. And we do that if it's like a temporary lockdown, right? We're gonna stick to the golems, even though we have Elemental Maha in hand. 3 mana open right now. Yeah, we'll go for the swing. Could be like, what's it called? Ride's End. Exiles attacking creature. No, they go ahead, let us keep the Thran Spider. And that's that. That's it. Send it on back. It's going to be a Meringue River Regent. All right, dude. Yep, good card draw for sure. Jeskai Dragons, or Jeskai Dragon Control, is what we're up against. Go Surveil. They keep it on top. Looks like it's passing right back to us. Portal to Phyrexia. Should be pretty good. I'm going to stick to Golem. And we have 7 mana for Thran Spider. That's actually probably the best thing here, right? Start with the swing. See what they do. Take the 2. Now, it's not activate only as a sorcery, right? No. Do it on their turn as well, I guess. We might as well. Takes all 7 mana. Now, 1 mana short from Ugin, but Ugin would definitely eat the counterspell if they have it. They do go stock up for the turn. And stock up has been pretty good in the deck list that we are seeing it, but I'm pretty sure the dragons run stock up to make sure they have a dragon in hand for, like, Behold. But I'm not 100% sure on that, because I haven't actually seen the full interior of the dragon deck lists. The Jeskai Dragon deck list, I should say. Okay, let's see if we can find that Nexus of Becoming. Because that, once that lands, that's the game changer. Oh, buddy, hi. Hello there. Nexus of Becoming in hand. All 4 of them for a very good reason, bro. Holy cow. Okay. Conduit Pylon. All right, dude. Now they have 3 open. Like I said, Ugin's such a good counter for them. I'm going to ditch the land, I think. Ugin's such a good counter, but so's the Nexus of Becoming, and they know we have Nexus too. Surprise Ugin. The 0 ability will only have 4 open, so we probably just go +2. We also don't remove anything with the Ugin either. But we're not doing anything fancy with Portal. Yeah, we're going to save the Ugin. We'll go Nexus. We still have 2 mana open. The card draw could lead us into something that we actually want to play with the 2 mana too. With 3... Oh, Nexus lands, guys. Holy cow. All right, man. Let's see it. It's going to be an Irencrag, so it's probably Maha. The ward's pretty good. It's going to be a 3/3 instead of a 6/5. But Portal should be like a surprise, right? Irencrag, we're going to play for the turn probably. And Banner of Kinship simply is not ready until we have more golems on the board already too, so... Now, they wouldn't mind paying the ward cost on that, probably, but... Oh. Oh, no, we had to do that before combat. Okay. I was like, why didn't I swing yet? But, no, we're good. We're fine. All right, Irencrag. Could also save the Irencrag as something else to potentially use on the Nexus of Becoming later, but I think just extra ramp is pretty good. Got a Day of Judgment and 3 mana open. Not even concerned, bro. Wow, tapping out is great news for us. If we can establish this Ugin. Oh, man. Okay. Aetherspark. That's pretty good, too. It's too bad we don't have a creature on the board, though. So Ugin coming down without any issues here. 2 mana open, 0 ability. Banner of Kinship. Still just not looking super great right now. So probably Aetherspark off the 0. But nothing to remove, so card draw on Ugin might just be better. Probably okay. Ugin established is so good. Yeah, card draw on Ugin over Aetherspark. Roaming Throne, nice. Okay, these have been some tough decisions, huh? Like, of course, Roaming Throne would be terrific on this board. But it could also come down next turn as an actual creature. So I think it's just like Aetherspark? Expecting removal here? Right? We probably don't want to power up the Irencrag just yet. But that's actually pretty interesting, isn't it? And we do have the plus. And I guess we target itself for the extra counter. And we do have the Surveil on the Conduit Pylons, which is pretty good. Another Irencrag. We'll send that one, actually. We do have Virtue of Persistence open as well, but no targets this game. We're just waiting for the opponent to really pop off with dragons. Chandra. Wow. The Battle of Planeswalkers. They go +2. Oh no, get lost for the Ugin and the Aetherspark because they copy it on the Chandra. Okay, now we're in danger for real. Oh, another Ugin. Hi, hey, 2 of them for a good reason, bro. All right. And this time, we actually have a reason to go 0 ability to get the throne down. Get the throne. I wouldn't mind the card draw too, though. It's too bad the opponent hasn't given us too much to remove with the Ugin's abilities. We still have 2 mana. Let's go ahead, see what's on top with the Nexus first. I guess it's time for the Banner of Kinship. It's not the greatest, but Portal still needs to be a surprise. For real. Yeah, that's actually pretty sick, though. And I guess we'll get Surveil on the Hidden Grotto and start using some of these map tokens. We already have a Fountainport, so I'm going to send this one to you. And let's start boosting. Roaming Throne. I guess we keep it on top. I have a feeling there's going to be another board wipe, so I'm not going to use all the map tokens. I'll just use the 2. We still have 1 mana open. Oh yeah, dude. Anyone's game. Anyone's. Look at their hand. Their hand is completely stocked. And they found such a clean way to remove multiple things on the last turn. Beza. Oh, buddy. Virtue doesn't pick that up, but it does pick a fishy up. I think we're going to want to go 7 mana Virtue instead. Okay, second Get Lost, guys. And Roaming Throne. Yeah, maybe Portal. Portal swing for 13. Pretty good. Could swing for even more if we find like a Patchwork Banner off the top too. Yeah, sacrifice 3 creatures. They still had 2 mana open, so the fact that that landed was great news for us. Let's use some of these map tokens. Virtue we can send. I guess the one with ward is a little better since they do have 2 mana open. Okay, Surveil. Get rid of the land. Onto the throne. Roaming Throne. Sure, yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not terrible. It doubles the ward cost now on the, or the thrones double each other's ward cost, right? So let's see if the opponent finds a board wipe here. They've only played 1 board wipe so far, right? So I think it's very likely. But if they miss the board wipe, boy, they're stuck between a rock and a golem, huh? Izabeza, they go back up to 7. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Because that helps them stick around for the turn for sure. Oh, Shiko. Wow. Okay, 3 or less. It's going to be a stock up. They don't actually choose the Get Lost. Stock up, they want to find the board wipe for sure. All right. Beza or Thran Spider? Beza, right? Yep, card draw. Power up the Irencrag. Actually. Yeah, power up the Irencrag. Let's do it. Oh, another Nexus of Becoming too? Wow. That's pretty good, but we probably want to attach Irencrag to a throne. Get rid of their fishies, right? Fishy. Fishy. Everflame to the throne. And I guess we might as well play the other Roaming Throne too. Yeah, GG opponent. I was going to say, if they're going to let us play it out, we might as well play it out, right? But we had the full swing. Also, they still had 1 mana open, so I think taking our time, fully establishing everything, was still a little bit necessary. Actually, Power Stone was open too. I don't know what the Power Stone would have helped them with the treasure, but with treasure being open 1 mana, it could have been like 1 mana gain life or something. So still playing it out makes a lot of sense. Seeing something off the top with Nexus, I'll tell you what, Patchwork Banner would have been pretty good, but we only got a couple of those. Other than that, Nexus hitting the other Nexus as a golem isn't terrible, but at that point, we're getting very, very tempting for a board wipe for sure, especially since they just stocked up too. So anyways, we had full swing with an 8/8 throne, an 8/8 throne, and a 7/7 Banner of Kinship. They have 2 blocks, and then into the 8/8s, and then the 7 gets through over here, which is why we powered up the Everflame. Outside of that, if this one treasure was life gain, guys, I shouldn't have played this other throne. I shouldn't have. I was playing it out completely, but with the stock up, grabbing them like a Sunfall or a Day of Judgment, yeah, we should have kept this throne in hand just in case this last card was life gain. I don't know what it would have been in Dragons, but You gotta watch out sometimes, man. All right. Fleeting Reflection. Cool. End of video packs. Yeah, foundations. Ooh. What do we got? Hey, that's what you like to see, huh? Mythic wildcard. Very, very nice. Golems. This performed very awkwardly. Maybe it was me, but when we played it on Twitch, not so awkward. We really did the thing over there, and everyone was having a really good time with it too. So there's a lot here. There's a lot of like one-ofs, and I think the one-ofs make a lot of sense in this style of build. There's a lot of ways to see extra things off the top. We even saw Thran Spider's bottom ability coming in handy, and guess what? We used bottom ability on Thran Spider on the Twitch channel too, so it's just not going to be unheard of at all. You have a lot of extra mana against control or something. Thran Spider finds you the Nexus of Becoming. All 4 of them for a very good reason, bro. I will say this, Virtue of Persistence should be your removal of choice. However, I do like it, but, guys, there were awkward moments today where we saw the mana just wasn't lining up to the point where we can actually utilize all the mana in any given turn. I don't think we had that issue at all when we played the deck list on Twitch. So it might have just been today, like Magic the Gathering sometimes, you know what I mean? It just happens. You get a little unlucky, or things just don't line up, or things just line up a little too well for the opponent, or anything like that, right? So really depends. But what I want to say is a couple cut downs would probably balance that out a little bit. But do I want to drop a couple Virtue of Persistence for a couple cut downs? Probably not. If anything, I'd drop the Candy Trails for a couple cut downs, but I still really like Candy Trail too. And the extra Scry 2 is really good. The Surveil lands are really good. Like, just seeing things off the top, we're trying to combo off. And realistically today, we didn't really get to do a lot of the combos. We're just like playing mid-range at the points where we were getting victories. We were just playing a mid-range deck list, which is a little silly too. Or just Ugin ramp, just ramp into Ugin. Then the opponent left the building. Excuse me, guys, twice today, right? When we ramped into Ugin. But there's like so many really, really cool synergies that we just didn't see. And I'm honestly, I'm a little upset, guys. We could have seen so much more today. Oh, man. Yeah, there's moments where you call Elemental on Roaming Throne for Maha and the Rottenmouth Viper. And I'll tell you what, if you have a couple Elemental Roaming Thrones on the board and you drop a Rottenmouth Viper, that's disgusting. But what if you're not casting the Rottenmouth Viper, huh? Nexus of Becoming turns it into a Golem. You can call Golem on Rottenmouth Viper. So, I mean, like, or call Golem on Roaming Throne. But that's if you actually saw Nexus of Becoming, right? But it can't be, it can't all come down to Nexus of Becoming. So being able to still call Elemental and still be able to do something is pretty good. But even so, you guys could see why I kept calling Golem on everything too. I think in that last game, we actually had enough golems on the board where 3 Tree City could have ramped us, right? Like, finally. So the one-up's probably worth it. And all these extra utility lands didn't really come... They didn't really block what we were trying to do at all, right? So, and the Arid Archways, look, guys, look at how heavy this top is. Look, 4.7 average. Look at this, 16 cards above 6 mana. Now, of course, Virtue, like, it's not counting that. We're counting this as a 2 mana card, and then sometimes 7 mana card because we're ramping pretty well, I guess, right? And then, of course, Rottenmouth Viper, there's a chance that is cheaper, and you're not really thinking of Rottenmouth Viper as 6 mana either. You're trying to think of just Nexus of Becoming as 6 mana, and then you're going to try to cheat the rest of your top end onto the board. And then we're ramping with Solemn Simulacrum, Thran Spider, Patchwork, and Irencrag. We're gaining life on Candy Trail and Virtue of Persistence. We have card draw with Aetherspark, and card draw with Nexus of Becoming too, of course, right? And then grabbing things out of the grave with Virtue when it comes time, or Portal to Phyrexia when it comes time. Yeah, calling Golem on Roaming Throne and having like multiple thrones on the board with a Simulacrum, or multiple Simulacrums with the throne, like, these pair together so well, guys. It's actually crazy, because if you get multiple pieces of card draw off a Simulacrum death, you're looking pretty good, man. And then you still get to keep like Roaming Throne around because maybe it actually got around a ward cost or something too. So Back to the mana base, guys. Only 23 mana. It still felt pretty right. You know what I mean? Six of the land surveilling to help us find more mana off the top if we need it, or ditch more mana once we have enough, which actually happens quite often. 3-tree city, yeah, I guess this could be another swamp. You don't really have to worry about it, but it was also, yeah, it's going to happen sometimes where you actually ramp with this, and you're still probably calling Golem more often than not. The most likely possibility where you ramp with 3-tree city is you already have multiple Nexus of Becoming on the board. At that point, you probably don't even need the ramp anyways. So, Fountainport, usually the utility is going to come in handy. There's going to be a lot of moments too where you do use that top ability, sacrifice a Power Stone off the Thran Spider and draw a card, because Power Stone isn't ramping you into Ugin anyways or something, right? Or you already used the ramp on the Power Stone and you're in the mid game versus control. And then Arid Archway, we got to keep an eye on this, man. We really do. We have to keep an eye on Arid Archway with Conduit Pylons, because I think, first of all, in the right build, they're perfect. They're perfect in the right build, and this is the right build, right? So we have to keep an eye on it, for real. Also, uncommon and common, thank goodness. They're not rare lands or anything fancy, right? As a matter of fact, the only rare lands in here are Fountainport and 3-tree. And again, 3-tree is probably not necessary, but it's still a neat addition. Speaking of rares and everything, guys, put it on the do not craft list. This is a very expensive deck list. If you already have all the cards, if you have all these, you have to try it, all right? Because whatever we showcased in the video, it didn't even scratch the surface of what the deck list is capable of, man. And I'm not saying, that's not me saying like it's super powerful. It's me saying it's super cool. And like when you start to see the synergies and the gears roll, oh, buddy. Yeah, we really just didn't get to showcase a lot of the cool things that is capable of, but only if you have all the cards, guys. It's very, very expensive. And if like, say you have everything, but you don't have any Virtue of Persistence, you don't gotta craft for Virtue of Persistence. Just go up different spot removal. So I suppose if you base it on your collection as well, then you might be able to still come up with something cool. But look, let's do some rearranging real quick. Rares and mythics and uncommons and commons. Let's sort them into piles and see what I'm talking about when I say expensive. And I'll put the lands over here too. And the rare lands, if you don't have these, I guess just go up some swamps too. So base it on your collection completely, but look at this, man. Look at that pile of mythics and the pile of rares. Oh dear, huh? Yeah, put it on the do not craft list, period. But if you have everything, I think you should give it a shot and get back to me and let me know how it actually goes, but only if you have everything. Okay. All right. I think that's everything, man. Enough rambling, huh? Let's rearrange it again. Yeah. Is there anything else I want to bring up real quick? Are there moments where we call Spider on Throne to play Thran Spider? No, because we probably still just want to call Golem, because there's still a great chance of us finding Nexus. We don't need the double Power Stone on the ETB. And if you do eventually get Nexus and use the Thran Spider on the Nexus, it's going to be a Spider Golem, because it's a Golem artifact creature in addition to its other types. So you still get multiple Power Stones that you can pop to the Fountainport for extra card draw or whatever, right? So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Banner of Kinship as the one of, and the Aetherspark as a one of. We might be able to find better artifacts, but I still really like these as one ofs too. I don't know exactly. I guess we had some honorable mentions. The Archive could be really cool to replace it, because Archive helps us ramp into Ugin pretty well as well. So the Hedron Archive is what it's called, I believe. So maybe drop Aetherspark and Banner for a couple archives. That could be good. I could definitely see that. And the Archive is also a budget trade-in too. Yep, I could definitely see that. And it's card draw too. Where once you're actually done ramping and everything, if you need more cards in hand, sacrifice it, draw 2 cards. Definitely something to consider for a trade-in. If you are not crafting, remember, don't craft, right? But if you are piecing it together based on your collection, then Archive could be a great trade-in for some cards that you're missing. So yeah, I actually really like that. And I'd consider that right now, actually, dropping a banner and a Aetherspark. And for the Hedron Archive too, it's not going to be terrible to just have this out there as a 3/3 golem either. Like, if you're trading out artifacts, make sure you go up more artifacts for the Nexus of Becoming for sure. I guess you could go up creatures too, but I think you want artifacts. All right, guys, I think that's everything. Let me know what you thought of the deck list down in the comments. And also, if you made it this far into the video, for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you. And I will see you in the next video.